You've been setting your tire pressure incorrectly for your entire existence, and it's draining your wallet, ruining your rubber, and making your car handle like trash. I know what you're thinking. I set it to 32 PSI, exactly what the sticker says. What's the issue? Everything. That's the issue. That little label on your door jamb isn't telling you the full story, and the gap between what that sticker claims and what your tires actually need could be costing you thousands of dollars over the life of your vehicle. Let me show you what I learned after killing a brand new set of tires in just 18,000 miles. My $800 tire pressure blunder. I purchased a set of high-end all-season tires rated for 60,000 miles. I religiously monitored my tire pressure every month and maintained it at precisely 32 pounds per square inch, just as the door pillar suggested. I rotated them every 5,000 miles. I did everything right. At 18,000 miles, the outer edges were totally bald. The centers still had decent tread, but the shoulders were down to the wear indicators. My tire shop told me I needed new rubber. I was livid. These were supposed to last 60,000 miles. The technician asked, "What pressure are you running?" I told him, 32 pounds per square inch. Exactly what the door says. He shook his head. There's your problem. The reality of door jamb figures. That's when I discovered something nobody tells you. The number on your door jamb is not the ideal pressure for your tires. It is the minimum safe pressure for the maximum load your vehicle is rated to haul. Car makers calculate tire pressure based on the worst-case scenario. They assume you're packing your car with 5 adults, filling the trunk with suitcases and hitting the highway at 80 miles per hour. They determine the minimum pressure needed to safely carry all that mass. That figure ends up on your door sticker. For most vehicles, it's between 30 and 35 PSI. But here's the catch. How often are you actually driving fully loaded? For most people, it's just you in the seat, maybe one passenger and some groceries. Your car weighs far less than its maximum rated capacity. What happens when you run too low? When you run low pressure in a lightly loaded vehicle, the tire fails to hold its intended shape. The sidewalls flex excessively, the contact patch grows wider, but the center of the tread actually lifts off the pavement slightly. All the weight focuses on the outer edges. That is exactly what destroyed my tires. The edges wore out 3 times faster than the middle because I was running pressure too low for the actual weight of the car. So what is the correct pressure? It depends on the tire, not just the car. Every tire has a maximum pressure limit molded into the sidewall. It'll say something like max press 51 pounds per square inch or max load 1,400 pounds at 44 pounds per square inch cold. The optimal pressure for tire longevity and fuel efficiency is usually 10% to 15% below that maximum. For most passenger tires, that's somewhere between 38 and 42 PSI. I know that sounds high. You've been told overinflated tires are dangerous and ride rough. That's partially true, but we need to define what overinflated actually means. Overinflated means exceeding the tire's maximum rated pressure. If your tire says max 51 PSI and you're running 55, that's overinflated. But if you're running 40 PSI in a tire rated for 51, that's not overinflated, that's optimal.